Hello and welcome, future engineers, to OnShape practice number 2. This is going to be a video tutorial on part 1, stairs, and because we just learned about constraints, I'm going to use pretty much as many constraints in this as I seem necessary to complete the part. Some of them may seem like a little bit longer than other ways of drawing or modeling it, but that's okay. I just want you to show that I want to show you that there are different ways that we can model this. So let's go through creating this part 1, stairs. It's a pretty basic shape. We've got a 3 by 6 over here, and it's really a cube that we can either subtract out these top 2 steps, or we can start drawing in the shape. For this video, I'm going to draw in the shape because it allows me to use a little bit more constraints. So let's go over to OnShape, and I am going to create a new file, and I will call this stairs. All right, so for stairs, I'm going to start with my front plane. So I'll select that front plane and start a 2D sketch. Let's view that sketch normal to plane. And then I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to start with my line tool, and I am just going to draw the basic shape of this. And you can tell that these aren't the proper dimensions, and that's okay. We are going to get to the proper dimensions. So once I have the basic shape constructed, I can throw in some constraints. How I do that, I deselect my line tool, and I'm going to select these 3 lines, go over here to my constraints, and say all of these are equal, because all of those dimensions are actually 2. If we look over here, these top lines are all 2. They add up to 6 in total. All right, cool. So now let's throw in our other dimensions, and we should be just about done with this part. So let me go over here to Let's View, and let me throw in my dimensions. I'm gonna start by dimensioning this over here, drag that out. This dimension is actually a dimension of 3. This dimension over here is a dimension of 6. Already, because these lines were all equal, it knows that these dimensions over here are a dimension of 2. So I don't even need to truly dimension these, but I can throw that in, and it's going to understand that all the other ones are 2. Now the 2 unconstrained lines, we can also solve that just by using our equal commands. If I select all 3 of these and I make them equal, it knows that if I have 3 parts, they have to be equal to this 3. You can see this 2 over here is grayed out, and that's because it's a redundant dimension. We don't need it. It's not necessary. Because all these lines we said were equal, it knows that it has to be 6. It has to be 6 because these lines are already perpendicular and horizontal and have filled in with other constraints. If you're ever curious about what constraints are on here, you can go and you can just click on those, and it will tell you what constraints are available on each of those lines. So if I press on this line, it just has a vertical and a length constraint. That length constraint is the dimension itself. If you ever tap on too many things and too many things are highlighted, you can double tap to get out of that. All right, so now this drawing is basically completed. All we have to do is extrude that sketch. So I'll extrude my sketch 1. And over here, we're going to extrude that a depth of 3. Hit the check, and let's see how we do. Go to the isometric view. I'll turn off all of these because I just have my part now. Beautiful, beautiful. I am going to go just to my mass properties so you can take a look, take a screenshot of this, and then add it to your slides. That's it. That's a quick tutorial on stairs. I'll talk to you later. Peace.